Application number 2, storing bus information. Basically, right? Anything if we know technology side, we should be able to do for any applications. Now I will talk about a customer. Let's say, how do we know customer? Meaning based on his identity number, his name, etc. Right? So same topic, public class. I define a class as customer. Okay. Now I define a property. Properties, like first one. Think of it yourself. Okay. Public, type int, ID number. Okay. Get and set. Right? Then public string name. Okay. Get and set. Now once you know these are the properties for the customer, then what you do, just for storing a customer one, you are going to say create object of the customer class c1, say new customer, then you say c1 dot id number is equal to maybe 123. Because it's integer, no double quotes. Remember this again, because it is integer, no double quotes. Okay. Then c1, sorry, let me change the pen now. c1 dot name is equal to string. Sorry, it's a string type, so I name it as Vishwa. This is how it is, right? Then this part is called as an object creation, and you are trying to have assign all the required values to this first object. Then to store this, there are multiple ways. One way, just assume context dot save changes of this object you will pass as a c1. Meaning, as soon as you write this in a C# language, right, it turns it generates some backend code in the backend SQL way, and then it will store into your SQL database. This framework is basically, remember, just the name you remember. This is the way we use it as entity framework. Entity framework. Okay, or link you to SQL. There is something related to this. I will explain later. The same thing when you want to use in CRM, you use what? Context dot create as a method. You pass your C1 object. That's it. So you think of the scenario here again. Okay, orange. This is a C#. This is also C# with CRM. C# with entity framework 5.0. I think now it is 8.0. This is a CRM. So these two lines of code, if you know the entire part, this is a part 1. Assume this color. This is part 1, creating an object. Part 2. Part 1 is creating a class. Part 2 is creating an object, assigning the required values to the customer. Then part 3, you use your own style of frameworks to save into the database. Now this application 2, we talk about storing a bus information. Now how do you identify a bus? Based on, okay, public class bus. Just general properties, think in a general way. First property, public bus number. Assume and getter and setter. This bus number can be maybe 52 bus number goes to KKD. Okay. The type should be integer. Okay. Now public string bus registration number. It's basically getter and setter AP0023. Just because this character you cannot store it in integer, I am defining it as a string variable. Okay, what you have done just now, you are trying to store a bus information, so you create a bus as a class just to store all, just to organize and store all the related information. You created a class. Now luckily I got some point here. Why do we need a class? Just to organize required properties or fields, properties of real world related scenario, related fields or information in one place. we create as class. Actually, you can write different ways of class actually. So create a public class bus, or you can say red bus. Okay, red bus, or you can say Volvo bus, whatever, right? Every bus company has this kind of structure to store the information. Then how do you store the bus information? Create a bus class. Maybe we can name it as a red bus now. You say red bus, bus object b1, new red bus. Okay, now b1 dot bus number equal to 1. How? This is the first bus. Second bus, red bus, second object b2 is equal to new red bus 2, then b2 dot bus number equal to 2. Bus route, maybe just to have additional info, public string bus route. Okay, route meaning which route it is going in. So b1 dot route, it goes to kkd in the string. b2 dot bus, it goes to maybe wait, Bangalore. That's it. Now you have what? Two bus number details, right? Two records. How do you save? Just see the left side window. Try to save, write the CRM way, C# slash CRM way. Here is your exercise. How do you save? Your answer is in your left side. Think of it, pass it, and then think of it. Answer, I'm going to write it in the last. Okay, this one belongs to this one. Context.create. That's it. Basically, what I'm trying to explain is you will be able to understand object creation and how to assign all the variables and how do you store within your SQL database using either CRM approach or entity framework approach, or there is a different approach called stored procedure in SQL Server itself. So there are many ways, right? Let me stop.